Okay guys, so in today's video we're going to talk about a drill that I use that stops me getting too handsy. I think you're going to like this one. Let's get stuck into it. So I'm somebody who has a preference to draw the golf ball, so I prefer to kind of see the ball flight start to the right of the target and move back. In my years of playing, I've experimented with trying to hit more of a fade, but I would just say it doesn't suit my eye. And I often find that when I'm playing golf, I find it a big internal sort of contradiction to try and force a fade without having complications of getting steep. However, there are slight disadvantages when it starts drawing and you start playing a draw, and the big one is if it starts curving too much from right to left. Now, what you need to be careful of, and we all need to some degree, but personally speaking, is if my hands start outracing my body. Okay, and that is a problem. So if I'm going to set up down the driving range here and my intention was to play a bit of a draw, then that basically means when I hit the ball, I need to make sure the ball starts slightly to the right of the target, but I need to allow an element of sort of closure to help the ball move slightly from right to left. And the issue is, like I say, is if my hands and arms become too active, and then this will lend itself to too much curvature from right to left. So the drill that I do is a straight arm drill, and it's straight arm more in the follow position, so in the through swing. So when we get into this through swing position, this release here, it's absolutely fine if you are somebody who has a tendency of swinging over the top, as I talked about in a recent video with Martin, to get the feeling of rolling the arms and allowing the right hand to roll over the left. Absolutely fine. But as I'm saying in today's video, if you start drawing it too much, then we need to be careful with that. So what happens in the golf swing from a sequence is we take the backswing position, we will start the downswing, and what happens in the start of the downswing is we should rotate towards the lead side. And as we rotate towards the lead side, it's almost like the rotation of the body really gets closer towards my lead arm. So it's kind of like that frisbee analogy. You sort of draw your arm back and then you turn your chest into your arm and then you propel it off. So once I've sort of started this downswing position with this rotation, as I come in towards the latter part of the swing, it's almost like my arms fling off my chest as I swing through. But we've got to be careful that the hands aren't working too fast. So the feeling that we need to do is we need to make sure that I keep my chest moving through with at the same rate of rotation of my arms. And if my chest can work as fast as my arms, then we won't see this type of finish. Okay, so if my arms work faster than my chest, it's inevitable that my arms are going to roll as I'm demonstrating here. If I can keep my chest rotation working just as fast, then there won't be that roll and it will look more this way. And we see this with professional golfers on different types of shots, but it's a really good drill, particularly if you are struggling with too much curvature or if you are interested in rotation through the ball. So the idea is that when you swing through, you want to feel like your arms stay dead straight. And if you did that and you felt the ball was going to go sailing off to the right-hand side for a right-handed golfer, then that would basically mean you need to encourage more rotation. So it teaches me to really turn my chest through, so it's more like I feel like I'm square in the face, more with my body, and not becoming so reliant on my hands. And just occasionally working on this sort of movement just makes a massive difference. So with this drill, you can incorporate it into your pitch shots. So again, instead of getting a little too handsy with your pitching, as I'm demonstrating there, if you can incorporate that bit more rotation, then you should notice the way you're able to guide the golf ball without using the hands and arms. And obviously with pitching, there's going to be a tremendous amount of benefit to being able to hit the ball, keeping those arms nice and straight and away from the body. So those are the sort of things that you want to work on. Let me know, and I'll see you soon.